going to put this recording in your, I'm going to put this recording in the group chat. Now, let me explain something to you. I know that all of you are from Africa, and some of you are part of Our Markets Live, and some of you are not. What my goal and my ambition is to do is to revitalize the country of Africa by teaching people how to trade. The end game of this is that once you learn how to trade, I will be looking for you at one point in time to become a part of Our Markets Live. So I'm right now giving away this information really for free. I'm really giving this information for free. And because I'm giving it away for free, I'll make sure that you are taken care of just on this and learning what it is that we do. So I'm grateful that each one of you have joined. I hope you learn how to use the group chat. And I don't know if I need to do a class on how to use the group chat so that you can start commenting and talking to me in the group chat through Zoom so we can talk and I can know and I can understand that you guys are learning what it is that I'm actually teaching. So let's just go ahead and get right in it. How many of you are beginners and you don't know anything about trading? Is there anyone in here that's a beginner and you don't know anything about trading? There's a person that raised their hand. Susie doesn't know anything about trading. All right. All right. All right. What we're going to do today is just I'm going to cover a little basics. So Susie, I see you raising your hand. Thank you for that. We're going to cover some of the basics. And good. We're going to cover some of the basics and making sure that people understand what it is that we do and then how we're doing it. I will also be placing trades in the group chat for you to practice with. Now, you can take them on a live account, but please use a low lot size when you take these trades. Now, what you see before you are candles. And this particular pair, every pair is made up of, a currency pair is made up of two currencies. This one is the euro, okay? And it's paired with the US dollar. And so when we talk about currency pairs, this is what we mean. This is a currency pair, right? So this currency pair, and we'll be moving from currency pair to currency pair to currency pair. There's so many different currency pairs, but this is one particular currency pair that we're looking at right now. It's the euro against the US dollar, right? So the currency pair that's in the front is the strongest out of the two. So this one is the stronger, right? This one is strong, and this one is weak. One moment. All right, and this one is the weak one. And you need to know that, right? Now, every currency has buyers and sellers. the buyers of the green candles. So when you see the green candles, these are our buyers here. And the sellers are the red candles. These are our sellers here, right? And what they are trying to do is, as the buyers, they're trying to increase the value of the of the euro. The sellers are trying to decrease the value of the euro. And so that's all that we do all day. We look at currency values like the Euro USD. Then there's another one like GBP, and it'll be paired against the USD. And then there'll be other pairs, right? But this is another currency pair, right? And so buyers make the value of the GBP go up, and sellers are trying to make the value of the GBP go down. And that's basically what we have. So now, when you understand that this is what's going on with trading, right? There are so many currency pairs around the world. And these currency pairs are what we're looking at every day. So when this was going up, the euro was increasing. Do you notice it was going up? And this is called an uptrend, right? And the uptrend, let's write this down, and hopefully you're taking notes. The uptrend means that the value of the currency is increasing. So if it goes up, it's increasing in value. I'm trying to write this. It's increased in value. When it goes down, like this is what we call a downtrend. And the downtrend is decreasing in value. So whenever it decreases, whenever we have a downtrend, we are looking to sell. Whenever we have an uptrend and it's increasing, we're looking to buy. Please talk to me in the group chat. Let me know that you understand what I'm sharing with you. Do you understand this so far? We have buyers, we have sellers, and we could be either one of those at any given time. Now, as we could be either one of those at any given time, the next part that I want to go to is, how do we know when to buy and how do we know when to sell? And that's what I'll be covering with you as well. How do we buy? How do we sell? All right, let's look at that. To determine how we buy, how we sell, the first thing we have to do is we have to look and see, in this example, we have to look and see what the trend is. All right, and I'm going to show you that real quick. So, okay, so let's say we had this downtrend move right here. And the price of the currency is going down. Notice it's going lower, and it's going lower, and it's going lower, and then it just falls all the way down. All right, this is called a downtrend move. So it's moving down, right? And so when we have a downtrend move, what we like to do is draw a trend line for that downtrend move. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We have a tool over here that we use. This tool allows us to draw that downtrend so we can see how it's moving. Now, one of the things I want you to understand is, as you have this downtrend, currencies follow trends, right? So you either have a downtrend, as just happened here, or you have an uptrend. There's something else in it called a consolidation. That's when it's not trending up. That's when it's not trending down. That's when it's actually moving from side to side. And if you look here, you can kind of see right here where this was moving side to side, right? It really wasn't moving up, really wasn't moving down. from here, let me show you this. From here to here, it's moving sideways. It's not moving up, it's not moving down. Do you see what I mean by sideways? Then it moves up, and then it comes back down, and it keeps going down. So write this down, right? There are three types of way the market moves. There's an uptrend. Okay, write this right. Up trend. There is a downtrend. Write this down. And then the last way it moves is what we call consolidation. Consolidation is where it's moving from side to side. When the market moves like this, it's consolidation. When the market is moving from up to down, it's a downtrend. When it's moving from down to up, it's an uptrend, right? We don't trade in consolidation. We wait for the trend to take place, right? So we're only trading here. We're only trading here. What I like for people to understand who don't know anything about trading, right? This is why people don't make money in the market all day long. We have to wait for the market to move. And there's some times that the market doesn't really move at all. This is why, even though we have only 20 trade days in a month, you may not be able to trade all 20 of those days. And you have to be okay with not trading all 20 of those days. Why? Because some of the days the market just moves just like this, and it moves sideways. So even though you may have 20 trade days, you may only be able to trade maybe 14 of those days in a month. So after a whole month, you may be able to trade maybe, please hear me, maybe 14, sometimes 12 days in that month. Now, that's realistic for how you have to see how people trade. Well, you're able to take these notes so I can move on, right? So we looked at uptrends, downtrends, and looked at consolidation. Now, I'm doing this because even though people say they know, my job is to take it a little bit of, step by step so you can understand. So as long as the candles are, listen to this, on this side of the trend line, the only thing we're looking to do really is sell, because that's the only thing that's happening. It's going down. See this consolidation right here? Then it goes down again. So it has a downtrend. You have this consolidation, right, where it wasn't moving. Now it's going down and it's dropping, right? You have a down movement here. It moves to the side right here, and then it drops again right here. As long as we're doing this, and I want you to see this, it goes here, it pulls back. It goes here, moves to the side, pulls back, moves to the side, and then drops. These are your consolidations, right? You don't want to trade in that. You want to trade when it's moving. And that's what separates the good traders from the bad traders. You understand where it's coming out of my mouth? I'm going to pause. How many of you are able to follow me so far? We're going to go into something else. And this is how I teach. I'm very slow. Now, if you have a question, you got to type it in the chat box so I'll know. Do you have a question of what I just covered? Do you have any questions of what I just covered? Any questions of what I just covered? Okay, good. Let's move on. Before we go, oh, Chris has a question. All right, Chris, I'm unmuting you. You can talk. You have to unmute yourself. Chris, you have to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead and ask your question, Chris.
Please, when the market moves side by side, is it the same thing as TD or a transitional zone?
Yes, you can call it a transition zone when it's moving side to side.
Okay, thank you, Dad.
So when it's in consolidation, you're really in a transition zone. And it's going to move out of that transition zone into a particular area. And so what you see is it moving from side to side, right? What we're looking for is a breakout, and it breaks up. And then what does it do? It moves from side to side again. And then when side to side, then what happens? It breaks down. Moves from side to side, and it breaks down again. So that's how the market moves, right? You got to know when it's moving from side to side, because if you don't know when it's moving from side to side, you're going to lose some, right? You're going to lose some money, right? It'll break up, and then it starts moving side to side here at a little level right here, and then it breaks out, breaks out, breaks out, right? And that's how the market moves. Thank you, Chris. Did I answer your question?
Yes, please, Dad.
You're welcome. All right. I have another person on. Let me do this. Gloria, you have to unmute yourself, but you can talk. Unmute yourself, Gloria. I'm unmuting you so you can. So you got to do it on your end, and you can ask a question. I'll give you a couple of more seconds. Hopefully you didn't do it by accident. I don't know. But you have to unmute yourself. Okay, moving on. I can't get Gloria, so. Okay, now, what Chris asked me was this question. I call this in my studies, Chris has been watching some of my videos. When the market is moving from side to side, we call it a transitional zone. Transition zone. That's what's called transition zone. And what a transition zone basically means is that it's a place where the market it's a place where the market is getting ready to make a move. So you have to know where those transition zones are. When it moves from side to side, getting ready to make a move. That's it. And you need to know that. It's the place where the market's getting ready to move. So you want to find your transition zones where it's moving from side to side. When it's moving down, that's not transition. This is transition. Candles are not supposed to go this way. They're not supposed to go from side to side. They're supposed to go up or down, up or down. That's how they're supposed to move. All right, write that in your notes. I wrote it slow, so y'all should be able to get it. Okay. One moment. Okay, so now let's move on to this. The next important thing, you understand how the market moves. The next important thing is structure. That's the next important thing. And so let's talk about that, and then we can get into some other things. I just want to make sure that you have this. Right? Let's X out of this. All right, let's X out of this. All right, so, all right, I want you to remember this, and I'm going to try to write it out. The market has ceilings. Let's do this. Imagine you have a house. Let's draw this house. This is a house, right? This is the door. Well, I want you to see this. And it has windows. It has windows in the house. Do you see this house? So the market, when you want to understand how it moves in trends. But inside of a house, right, you have the roof, and then you have the floor. That's the house. But let's use another word for roof. Let's use ceiling. So you have ceilings in a house, and you have floors in a house, right? So let's do it this way. Let's draw a ceiling, and let's draw a floor. So let's this be the ceiling, right? And let's let this be the floor. So in a house, you have both ceilings and floors. We know the ceiling is on the top, right? And the floor is on the bottom, right? And how the market moves, the candles move in an uptrend, and it go like this, and it'll hit the ceiling, right? This is an uptrend, right? It's going up, and it'll hit the ceiling. When it hits the ceiling, it'll start doing this to go down, and this is a downtrend, and it hit the floor. This is how the market moves. The market is going from side to side because there's no dominant buyers or dominant sellers in the market. When people that have a lot of money enter into the market, they make it go up and down, right? So these moves, when it's going up and down like this, that's because there's a lot of money in the market. That's making it go up and down. When it's flat like this, and it's just moving from side to side, that means there's not a lot of money in the market, right? There's no money in the market, so it goes from side to side. Do you understand that? So when money's in the market, it goes up or it goes down. When there's not a lot of money in the market, it goes from side to side. Does that make sense? Gloria Lee asked that question. So when there's a lot of money moving through the market, Gloria, the market goes up and down. When there's not a lot of money in the market, it just moves from side to side until money starts coming back in. Okay? Now, when it's moving up, like so, when it's moving up, it's going to look for a ceiling. It hits the ceiling, and then once it hits the ceiling, it starts coming back down to hit the floor. So the market has ceilings and floors. it moves up and it hits the ceiling. Once it hits the ceiling, it comes down, it hits the floor. Do y'all see that? So what we're looking to trade, when we're looking to trade, we want to catch it when it's moving up to the ceiling. And we want to get out when it hits the ceiling. Then when it starts coming down, we want to sell till it hits the floor. When it hits the floor, we get out when it hits the floor. Do you understand that? When we're buying, right, it's going to hit a ceiling. We want to hit the ceiling. And so when it hits the ceiling, we get out, right? When it hits the floor, we get out. I want you to understand what I'm just saying. When you have ceilings and floors, right, you have this ceiling, you have this floor. The market will go up and it'll hit the ceiling. Then the market will go down, it will hit the floor. What I've learned how to trade is I want to get the market while it's moving up toward the ceiling. So when it's down here, I buy. When it's up here, I sell. When it's down here, I buy. When it's up here, I sell. When it hits the ceiling, I'm looking to sell. When it hits the floor, I'm looking to buy when it hits the floor because I want to get all this money while it's moving up. Because while it's moving up, it's making us money while it's moving up. As long as we're selling, it's making us money, right? When it's moving down, it's making us money as it's going down. Do y'all see my dollar signs? Right? As long as it's moving down, we making money. I want to make sure that you get that and understand that. Do you see it moving up and down? So when we buy, it's moving up. I'm making money while it's going up. And then when it gets here, before it starts coming down, because if I'm still buying while it's coming down, if I'm buying and it's coming down, if I'm buying while it's coming down, I'm losing money. I'm losing money. So I want to get out before I start losing all that money. When it's going down, right, I want to buy. When it hits the floor and starts coming back up, I want to get out of my buy because if it starts coming up, I'm losing money if I am selling while the market is going up. Now, let me show you that in real life action. I'm going to show you this in real life action so you can see it. Now, watch this. So the market was moving down. I'm going to show you what happens when the market hits a ceiling. Let's watch it. I'm going to show you what happens when it hits the ceiling. See how it's going up? It's going up. Now, I want you to see something because this is important. Did you see how it was going up and then all of a sudden it got here and then it started going down? Do you see that? I want everybody to respond to that. It went here, it hit here, and it started coming down. Do you see that? I need to make sure you see it. As soon as it hit here, it was green, 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 green. Then you got red and it started coming back down. That meant that it hit a ceiling. Right? It was going up. It was going up. It was going up. It hit a ceiling, and the ceiling made it go back down. Now we know it hit a ceiling. Since it started here, the question is, will this, and here it is it going to come down and hit the floor? Because this is the ceiling. This is the floor. This is the ceiling, and it hit it, and it came down. Now, here's a rule I want you to remember. When there is enough money, it will come and it will pull down, and it will come up, and it will break through the ceiling and keep going up. And as it's keep going up, that's because it broke through that ceiling. Whenever it breaks through a ceiling, whenever it pulls back and then breaks through the ceiling, like here, and it goes up, then it's looking for a new ceiling. This is my example. This is what I'm going to show you. Let's say it breaks through there and it comes here, right? So let me show you this, and I want you to see it. Now I'm recording this so you can go back and watch it. It comes here, it hits this, and then it comes through, and it breaks through this ceiling. Well, if it breaks through this ceiling, this becomes the new ceiling. And this becomes the new floor. This is the floor no more because this is the new floor. And I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about while this begins to move. Watch this. Watch this. Watch it. Let's see what happens. All right, do you see that? What did it just do? I want y'all to see this. It went up, it went down, it moves sideways, which is transition now, and then it breaks the ceiling. Do you see it breaking the ceiling? The buyers is who it is. It's establishing an uptrend. So an uptrend is taking place right before our eyes. It's moving up, but it's still moving up. This is what we call an uptrend. And this is when we want to be buying, when the market is moving in an uptrend, right? So it came here, it hit here, pulled here, but it came back up here. Watch this. Let's watch what it does. Now, what's happening here? Do y'all see what's happening here? What did I tell you what happens when it's moving from side to side? Do anyone see it moving from side to side? Do any of y'all see this moving from side to side? Do y'all see it moving from side to side? What's happening? It just hit another ceiling. So it hit this ceiling, it's moving from side to side. What we want to watch for, is it going to break this ceiling or is it going to come down and touch this floor? We're watching it, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. Let's watch it. I'm going to teach you how to know what to do when it's doing it. Let's keep watching. It broke through. How many of y'all see it broke through? Did you see it break through the floor? Did you see it break through the floor? Okay, now let's watch this. I want y'all to see this. Somebody tell me what just happened. Wait. It went too fast. Let me see if I can back this up. I want y'all to see what just happened. This is very important. What just happened is very important, and I'm going to try to rewind it. Let's start right here. I want y'all to see what just happened. This is very important. Broke through the floor. Now pause. Now, did y'all see it break through the ceiling? Excuse me. Did you see it break through that ceiling? How many of y'all saw it break through the ceiling right here? Broke through the ceiling. What is it getting ready to do? I have so much to teach you. I'm not going to be able to get it all in today. But we're going to make sure that you are good traders as a result of working with me, especially when I show you the harmonic scanner. Okay, so it hit that. Let's watch and see what it does. I want to show you this. So it hit the ceiling. Do y'all see it hit the ceiling? Now let's watch the move that it's going to make right now. Now, where did it go back and touch? What is this called? What is this called right here at the bottom? Somebody type it in for me in the group chat. What is it called? It hit the ceiling. Now, what did it just do? Very good. Very good. So now I want you to see this. It hit the ceiling and it came back and touched the floor. It is consolidation, but what I really want you to see is that this is very important that you understand this part. This is why I'm doing this exercise. This is why I'm doing it. You have to see that it touched the floor. You have to see that it touched the floor. Right? It moved sideways up here. It came up and then it moved sideways. But then you have movement to come down and touch this floor where it went sideways. I want y'all to see this. It's very important. Let's do it in yellow. Let's see yellow. So it comes up here. It moves sideways right here. Comes down, touches the floor, is moving sideways right there. Now, what's a next thing that's going to happen after this is done is exactly what Chris just said. Chris is 100% right. It's moving in consolidation. Do y'all see this? This is what Gloria talked about. This is what Chris talked about. Now, this is consolidation. Why? Because it's not moving up or down anymore. Right? It's not moving up or down anymore. Now, what this means is rich people have taken their money out the market. Rich people made this go up all the way up here. Now, when it got here, they took their money out of the market. When Gloria asked me that question, why is it moving from side to side? Because rich people just pulled their money out. So when rich people pull their money out, what you're going to get is to start moving from side to side. People got in right here, got out right here, and whenever money is removed from the market starts going like this, side to side, because it's trying to figure out which way it's going to go now. And the only way we know where it's going to go is when people start putting money back in the market. If sellers start putting money in the market, it's going to start going down. If buyers put money in the market, it's going to start back going up. Let's see who puts money in the market. Tell me, based on what direction it's going, who's putting money in the market. Let's see what happens. Now you tell me who just put money in the market. Who put money in the market? Joe is 100% correct. Buyers put money in the market. Now, Joe, how did you know that buyers put money in the market? What told you that buyers put money in the market? Very good. Because when this came here, it came here, it came here, buyers made it break this ceiling. And when buyers made it break the ceiling, it started going up. So buyers put money in to make it break out of this consolidation. Right, that's good because there's an uptrend and broke the ceiling. Very good, Joe. Very good. Let's keep going. Let's see what happens. Now, let's draw a line. Anytime it pulls back, we want to draw a line on it. What is this called? What did it just come back down to? This floor. So buyers made it break up, but it came down to this floor. And let's see what's getting ready to happen. Do y'all see what's happening right here on this ceiling? Do you see it's not breaking the ceiling? It's moving from side to side. So that meant this ceiling was strong. Whenever you run into a strong ceiling, the market moves from side to side. Let's see what happens. Ooh, did you see this? Now let's talk about this. Did you see this candle? Who made that candle do that? Who made that candle do that? Who made that candle do that? Absolutely. Y'all are starting to get this. I love it. I love it that y'all starting to get it. Let's see what happens after this. Now, did you see this turn to come back down? What made it turn up here? What do you think made it turn up here? What is this called up here when it started turning? It started turning. What is it? What did it hit? What did it hit? What did we call this thing that went up and it hit something? What did it hit right here? What do we call it? There you go, Chris. Absolutely. It hit the ceiling. If you don't understand this, you'll never be a good trader. It hit the ceiling. Look at what the ceiling made it do. What do y'all think it's about to go back down to? What do you think it's going to go back down to? What do you think it's going to go back down to? Let's see. Let's watch it. Wow. Look what just happened, Gloria. Look what just happened. What did it do? It hit the ceiling, hit the floor. Let's see what happens. Let's go a step further. Who just did that candle? Where did this candle come from? This was a lot of money right here, and this is a lot of money right here. Who did that? Now, look how much money it was. Look how powerful that was. It broke through one floor, two floor, and came back and hit this floor. That was a lot of money that did that. That was big money. That was big money. That was big money. Big money made this happen. Let's continue to watch it. So now that it's down here, watch this. This is the new ceiling now because this is where the price is, and this is the new floor. So if it's going to come up, we want to see if it's going to test this ceiling or come back down to this floor. Let's watch and see what happens there. Oh, look what just happened. What did it do? Are y'all watching this movement now? Now, this is what I'm going to explain to you now. When the market moves in a direction, it will always pull back before it goes back down again. It pulls back, goes back down again, pulls back. Do you see how this market is moving? Let's draw it out here. It comes down, pulls up to here, comes all the way down, pulls up to here, comes all the way down, pulls up to here. Now, this is the trend right here. And this movement here is called the pullback. This is what's called, we call a pullback. Let me rewrite that. So when you see the pullback, that's the pullback. This is the trend moving down. So this trend is going down. Do you see this pull up? This is what we call a pull back. What a pullback is when the candles go in the opposite direction of the trend. This makes a low. This makes a high. This makes a low. This makes a high. This makes a low. This makes a high. So when it makes a low, we call it a lower low. When it pulls back in the downtrend, we call it a lower high. Then it goes from lower high to make another lower low. Then it comes up to make a lower high. Then a lower low. Then a lower high. And that's when you know you have a healthy trend. These pullbacks are just what they are, pullbacks. So we have a lower, and I'm going to keep teaching this so you can get it. Lower low. Then we have a lower high. Right? You have a lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. In a downtrend, right? And so you see that there. Now I want you to understand this. Let's say this market moves down, right? And it pulls back, right? I'm going to teach you about timing, when you need to get in and when you need to get out. We're not going to be able to cover all of that today, but we'll cover some, right? And so that's when you have and how the market moves. So it moves in the uptrend, moves in the downtrend. We didn't really have a pullback over here. We didn't really have a pullback like we had here. Just pulling back, just pulling back, just pulling back. We didn't have that over here. We had one constant move up. So now this is what we want to talk about. Let's move from here. So we know we have ceilings and floors. Another word for ceilings and floors, you'll hear traders use this. They call this resistance. That's what they call the ceiling. They'll call the ceiling resistance, and they'll call the floor support. That's what's called ceilings and floors. Now, let's move on to something else. I got a few more minutes with you. Is this making sense to all of you? Is this making a little sense? Is it making sense? A little sense. Maybe not a lot, but a little. Okay. I'm looking for, we have 39 people in the African trade group, but I know everybody wasn't able to get on because it was too late. This is a tool that my company gives you, Our Markets Live. And this is what this looks like. See, these are the candles. They're moving up and down. Red are for sellers, blue are for buyers. What I'm going to be doing coming up is I'm going to be teaching you how to use this tool. Some of you are in Our Markets Live, some of you are not. But I'll be teaching you how to use this as time goes on. Now, there was a question that someone asked me, Dr. Spiller, how do you know when to get in and when to get out of a trade? And that's what we're going to do right now. And I'll show you a little bit of that. We're going to make the bar up blue, red, blue, red. We'll go around the white, background, black. And we'll hit OK. Turn this to candles. We're going to zoom in. Can y'all see my candles? Are y'all able to see my candles? All right. Let's talk about when to get in, when to get out. We're going to use some indicators to do this, okay? The first thing you need to ask, the number one thing you need to ask when you're trading, okay, is who's in control of the market, buyers or sellers? That's what you always want to know. And you want to trade with who's in control. Gloria, you have a question? I see your hand raised. No, I guess not. Okay. Number one, write this down in your notes. Who is in control of the market? Who's in control of the market? And I'm going to show you an indicator that's going to allow you to be able to do that, okay? So you cannot trade until you answer this first question. You cannot trade until you answer this first question. You cannot. If you trade like that, you're going to mess up. You're going to lose money. So there's an indicator that I use that'll help us do that. Who's in control of the market? It's called the Relative Strength Index. Here it is right here. I'm going to teach you on this because this indicator is very important. Relative Strength Index. We're going to put this on our chart, and I'm going to show you how I know who's in control. So the first question is who's in control, right? So let's take this control, let's drop it here. Let's look at the parameters. Stay with me. Now, there's a line right here, and we're going to talk about this. All right, so you see this squiggly line, but let's talk about this squiggly line so you understand it. This squiggly line is telling me who's strong and who's weak. But this dotted line right here, which is the 50, right? This is the line that separates buyers from sellers. right? So when the blue line is above this line, buyers in control. When the blue line is below this line, sellers in control. You can use 5. I like 5 or 10. 5 or 10 is not bad. You can do 5 or 10 for the standard parameter setting. 5 or 10. 5 is going to give you a faster response. I like a faster response. So I can go with 5 or I'll go with 10. So now I want everybody to understand. So where's the line now? Is it above the 50 or below the 50? Where's the blue line? Where's the blue line? Is it above the 50 or below the 50? Tell me right now. Is the blue line above the 50 or below the 50? This is the 50 line right here. Is it above or below, guys? I got 4 people that answered. I only have 4, 5 people. Okay. Hear this. Because it's below the 50, sellers are in control. I want to know who's in control. Right? That's what I always want to know, who's in control. Now, I have a tool that I gave my team that will draw support and resistance. And they use this tool for their support and resistance. I'm going to show you something. Hold on for a second. And I'll give you this indicator too, so y'all can have it. Remember those ceilings and floors? This draws ceilings and floors. One moment. Okay, we are back. Right, now, you see how this is drawing a red line and a blue line? But this is all support and resistance, right? So now, here's the floor, here's the ceiling, here's the, right? And it broke through. Here's the new ceiling, here's new floor, right? And so now we're seeing it sitting on this floor. As we're watching it sit on this floor. We're watching it sit on this floor. Now, as it is sitting on this floor, right, we know that it came down because it broke the 50 and buyers are there. So the first thing we want to ask ourselves is who's in control. Right now, sellers have the line under the 50. When the line goes above the 50, buyers are in control. All right? So that's what I want you to understand. Now, this is how the market is moving. Look, it came down, came up, went sideways. Do you see it going sideways? Came down, going sideways. And this is what Chris learned. We call it a transition area, transition zone, and it's moving sideways. Anytime it finds a transition zone, the price begins to move sideways, right? It came down here, and look what it did. And then it moved up. Look what it did. Then it moved down. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't know if it's going to go up or down here, but we have to watch to see what it does. It could go down, back to this floor, or it could go up, back to this ceiling. We have to wait and see which way it's going to go. But this indicator I just showed you, when it came down here, right? The reason why it came down is look who was in control. Sellers. It came up. The reason why it broke here, because look who's in control. Buyers. Came down. Look what it crossed here. Who's in control? Sellers. So right now, who's in control? Sellers. So this more than likely could go down because we now know who's in control right now. Right? When buyers get in control, this line has to come up and break the 50 for buyers to be in control. And so if it comes up and break the 50, you now know who's in control. Do we understand that? Okay. So this tells you who's in control. The next thing you want to find out, once you find out who's in control, here's the next question. Number 2, is price or the candles on the floor or is price on the ceiling? Is it on support or is it on resistance? Is it on support, which is the floor? It is on resistance, which is the ceiling. Where is price? Now we know who's strong, but now we want to find out where is it at. Well, right now it's sitting on the floor. If it's sitting on the floor, we're waiting to see if it's going to break down or if it's going to break up. Okay? Okay? We want to see if it's going to break down or if it's going to break up. That's question number 2. Is it on the ceiling or on the floor? We know it's on the floor, right? So when it's on the floor, it can either continue to move down or it can continue to move up. We want to know where's price. You want to know where the candles are at all times, right? If you find out who's in control, where are the candles? Sitting on the floor, right? Sitting on the floor. Because we want to see that the market is in a position to make a decision. Now, let's talk about how to execute. Is on the ceiling floor. Number 3, is it a downtrend? What type of trend is it? Do we have a downtrend or do we have an uptrend? Do we have a downtrend? Do we have an uptrend? Let's look and see what type of trend we have. So I gave you question number 1, who's in control? Question number 2, is on the ceiling on the floor. Question number 3, what type of trend we're in? Now, let's look at this. What type of trend is this? It was in a downtrend. Then it moved sideways. Right? Now that it's moving sideways and it's kind of going up and down, it broke the trend. It's not really, it could either go up or it could go down. Now, the thing that we have to do is we have to decide what we want to do. So it came down and pulled up, came down and pulled up, came down and pulled up, right? So it came down and pulled up. Now, I want you to see something. Now it's moving, it's not moving, it's moving to the side now. Now it's moving to the side. The trend is over because it's on the other side of this line. Now it's either going to establish a new trend and keep going down, or it's going to establish an uptrend and start going up. We actually have to watch to see what it's going to do. When we don't have a trend, we don't know if we want to be a buyer or a seller, but we always trade with the trend. We always trade with the trend. We always trade with the trend. Write that in your notes. We always trade with what? The trend. Write it in your notes. We always trade with what? The trend, T-R-E-N. Okay, so this came down. The trend is over. It's moving sideways now. Because it's moving sideways, it's still going down. It's going up, right? It's going down, and then it pauses. So we want to see what this is going to do. Oh, is this downtrend going to continue? Is it going to come down and break this floor? If it comes down and break this floor, we'll have another trend. If it don't break this floor, it's going to come here and it's going to start going up, and then we'll have an uptrend and we'll start looking for buys. But right now we have a downtrend. Right now the market is in no trend. It's in consolidation, transition. Okay, that's what it is. It's in consolidation. I'll show you one other indicator that can show you a lot. This is just the beginning, guys. This is another indicator that tells you whether we are buying or selling. Let me show you something. It's going to tell me when to get in, when to get out. Well, let me do this right. It's called the average direction moving index, and we're going to stop here and we'll pick up another time. Okay, let me do this. Okay. Here's where you can learn how to enter and exit. Yeah, Doc, thanks, Doc. Also, we would like to have the parameters to the setting of our charts on phone. I will send those to you in the group chat. All right, but what I'm going to talk about right now is two things. Number one, who's in control? Sellers. Now, I need you to hear this. When this red line crosses this line, right, that's your entry point into the trade. You can enter right there if seller's in control, right? Let's go back over here. When this red here, that's your entry point for the sell. When it crossed up, that's your entry point for the sell. When it crossed up, that's your entry point for the sell. Right? When it crossed up, that's your entry point for the sell. Every time this red line crosses this black line, you can take that as an entry point. If you're buying, every time the blue line crosses, that's an entry point. Entry point, entry point, entry point. Do you see that? Entry point. Now that's how you take your entry. You just want to know who's in control. So all over here, I'm looking to buy. All over here, I'm going to look into sell. Let's try it again. All over here, I'm going to look into buy. All over here, I'm going to look into sell. So when the line crosses right here, the only thing I'm looking for is to take my entry is when the red line comes up. right? The only time I'm looking to take another entry right up in here is when the red line comes up. Take another entry when the red line comes up. As long as it's down here, I'm looking for the red line to cross this black line. As long as it's up here, I'm looking for this blue line to cross this black line. And that's it. Do y'all understand that? Now I'm going to set the parameters to your to the Telegram group, and we will do another training on this. How many of y'all learned a little bit today? We're going to go back over it next time we train again. But how many of y'all learned a little bit today? Yes, I will drop it in the group, in the Africa group. I will drop it in today. So you'll be able to keep going over this again and again and again and again.